So in the 3-ball activity, I'm just gonna lay out 3 golf balls.
All right.
And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna set up to the middle ball, but I'm gonna try to hit the outside ball, set up to the middle ball, hit the inside ball, and then go ahead and scrape the middle one out of the way. So really what I'm working on doing here is having the ability to shift my sweet spot around if I have to when I play golf.
Very good. So this is the easiest thing that you can do to help yourself figure out where you need to be in the setup with the ball position. People always ask us, where should I put the ball? This activity will help you that. As Ben's doing it, another thing this activity will help you with is for uneven lies on the golf course. So regardless of the lie, uphill, downhill, side hill, what have you, you want to be able to get the sweet spot on the ball from a variety of different conditions. So this activity will help simulate that, produce that, develop skills. Skills pay the bills. Want to do one more?
Sure.
We would encourage when you do this, do it with a pitching wedge, do it with a 7-iron, do it with a hybrid. The different lengths of the clubs will change the perspective on this. So mess around with this activity with different length clubs. Again, notice when Ben's doing this, he's not breaking up the swing into parts or pieces. He is freely swinging. The ball is going to be doing a bunch of different things. And ultimately, this is how you would work on center face contact.
You got it. Mm-hmm.
Very good. What's the second way you could work on center face contact?
Second way, you go get yourself some face tape from Amazon.
.com, baby. Get a lot of it. The stuff's like gold.
Same place as our book, you know?
If I only had one training aid for the rest of my coaching career or golfing life,
yeah, this would be it.
I would bring face tape to the party.
This gets people better at golf.
Quick.
So now with the face tape on, what we're going to do is I'm actually going to work on moving the contact point around a little bit. So I'm going to try to hit a couple on the toe, I'm going to try to hit a couple on the heel, and I'm going to try to hit a couple in the middle. So I'm just working on my ability to move it around the club face.
Cool.
Remember, there might be a disconnect between intention versus reality. Don't freak out when it happens. Just know that you probably stumbled upon a solution that will work for you. That's why this works so well.
So like as an example, if I try to hit the toe and it's actually hitting the middle, then that's a good thing?
Yeah, it's not that you suck at golf. You just uncover what you need to do to hit the center of the club face.
That's just what it takes.
So I'm going to go toe at first.
And then the value of feedback lets you know that you actually got the toe.
Feedback. Yep. I'm going to go heel.
So that 3-ball activity loosens people up or helps them when the face tape gets on there. So because Ben already did that 3-ball activity, he's able to move the club around and then makes it exceptionally sharp or productive when he gets the face tape on there. So last one, you're going to go for the middle on this one?
Oh no, I screwed it up. Let's try middle one more time.
Errors are happening. When you're training, you're going to have to give yourself the space to make some errors. So they're definitely helpful. No need to try to fix. Just keep flowing. Did you do it?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Slight heel. Slight center. All right.
So then I would keep on running some experiments. So then once I'm done with that, I might try to maybe move that contact point ever so slightly on the toe if my marks kept on being heel biased. So I have the ability to do that because I proved to myself through the 3-ball activity, I can move that thing around. The only thing that I really don't know is how much of something I need to do in order to get what I want, but that's when the experimentation comes in.
Yeah, and the calibration furthermore.
Yes.
So you can do something slightly or moderately or severely, or just a little game called more or less, yeah?
You got it.
All right, very good. So far, your training session includes a free swinging motion. You got to keep it free. Divot and center face contact. So if you're swinging freely and you're making solid contact, how are you doing at golf?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah, so can you walk yourself into that without going down the rabbit hole of trying to fix things that we don't quite understand? Yeah?
True statement.
Okay. Now what are you going to do?
Now I'm going to go mess around with the club face a little bit. So your club face determines where your ball starts. So remember, if the face is shut, the ball will start left. If the face is open, it's going to start to the right. And if it's square, it will start straight. So now I'm just going to work on moving that around a little bit. So I'm going to try to start the ball to the right, start the ball to the left, start the ball straight. Just remember, there might be a disconnect between intention versus reality when you do this.
Would you do it with the swing direction or the club face? So club face, you said?
Club face.
Very good. All right, so when you're training on your own in an effort to understand what causes the ball to make it go left or right, this is exceptionally helpful. So that ball went to the left not because his head was down or he came over it, it's because the club face was closed. That one went to the right, it's not because his left arm wasn't straight enough or his hips were too moving or whatever people say, it's because the club face was open, yeah?
Loft.
All right.
Lack of talent.
And then this one's going to be in the middle?
Yep.
Or somewhere in the middle?
Somewhere near there.
So to get better at controlling the direction of the ball, you could train this closed club face more, open club face more, or somewhere in between, yeah?
Yeah, and it's fun too. So we see it every day with our players, right? The neat thing about when we're walking people through this, it's amazing to see the look on the player's face when they realize how much control of the golf club they actually have.
They can.
Yeah, and they didn't have to break it down into bits and pieces. Right. Like they can just do it.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part of a training program. Your training program has to allow you to find out that you can do it.
Yes.
To empower you to be able to do it and understand why it happens. Yeah, so
it's my favorite part of what we do. You know what I mean? Just empowering the people and really allowing them to see themselves, have the ability to do all these things. It's fascinating.
It's capable versus the swing's never good enough. I'm comparing it to somebody on TV, focusing on what's wrong, which is basically focusing on problems. So that doesn't work.
Or even a lot of times too, I think for the beginner golfer to come in here and think that maybe you can't do this, you can. You'd be
surprised, yes.
You can. So not too long ago, I was working with Sylvia, right? So Sylvia, I think she's 72 years old, had never played golf, does not have a sports background. She can do it, right? And she did it with ease.
Right.
So if you're kind of skeptical about this, maybe you're a beginner and you don't think you can do all this stuff, trust us. You do have the ability, you just don't know it yet.
I would say the beginners are the ones who are the
best
easiest. Yeah, because there's no preconceived junk.
No baggage.
All the swing thoughts and all the stuff that we get from playing golf a long time where we listen to our friends and family and Golf Digest and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so club face direction is important. What would you do next? Would you move into the procedure or would you keep training skills? Or
I'd probably do one more thing. I'd just make sure that I can move my path around a little bit. Right, so I'm trying to make sure that I can swing the golf club to the right, swing the golf club to the left, swing it neutral. So I'm just going to kind of work on curving it a little bit.
So for what it's worth, the path is, it sounds cliche or jargon. Just show us what you mean by the path.
The path is the direction that the mass of the golf club is moving in relative to a target line. So a target line is just an imaginary line that goes from golf ball to the target. It also extends the opposite direction. So what I'm working on is moving the mass of the golf club different directions. So I'm trying to get the mass of the golf club to move what we would call as rightward. I'm trying to move the mass of the golf club leftward. And then I'm trying to do it somewhere in between. So the path is going to cause the golf ball to curve. And the one thing that we know about the game of golf is the golf course demands a bunch of different golf shots. So if you don't have the ability to hit a bunch of different golf shots, you're going to be somewhat limited to what you can do when you're out there.
Show us 3 swings with the free swinging motion where you're going to go, you said the mass of the club well to the right.
Yeah, and I'm going to make this crazy. So I'm
not
going a little right. I'm going to go way right.
Ball or no ball?
Yeah, I can do a ball.
All right.
And when you first get going with this, don't do it with the ball. Just see if you can stay present to the weight of the golf club without the ball. But just to save you all some time, we'll just do it with the ball immediately. So I'm going way right here with the swing path.
Very good. So you definitely moved the club. There wasn't any trying to be good at it. It just moved the darn thing around, yeah? All right, so now swing the path well to the left of the target. So swing that weight well to the left. So 2 totally different swing directions. One was intention of swinging it well to the right, well to the left, and then third and final.
We're going to go right in between.
Very good. So give yourself permission to swing the club in different directions and you'd be shocked. Back to the intention versus reality. Let's say you try to swing it left and it helps you. Do more of that.
Keep doing that. Yeah. Don't stop.
Keep that up. If you swinged it to the right and it doesn't work, the ball's teaching you that's not going to help you on the golf course. Fair?